Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's try it real quick just because.
Welcome to Snackdown.
I am Justin, and this is Andy.
That worked. Well, welcome to Snackdown.
Welcome to Snackdown, yeah. In case you didn't know from that, I am Justin, and...
This is Andy.
And that's Andy, yeah. Yeah, so welcome to Snackdown. Today's a drink episode.
It is.
Because last time we had some delicious food sent to us from a resident of Montana.
Yeah, Craig.
So that was good.
So the cool thing about last episode, if you were listening, and if you haven't listened to last episode, then stop what you're doing right now. Pull the car over. Make sure you're checking the podcast and switch over back to episode 10 and listen to the Craig.
Yeah. Take the cassette out, flip it over, put back to side A.
Welcome to Learning English. Sorry, I'm just going to keep doing that.
Listen to that one before this one.
So what he also sent with us that we did not try last week was Huckleberry simple syrup. And there just wasn't a good context. It wasn't going to mix with the crumpets for some reason. It was just going to kind of run down. And so we wanted to really do them justice. And here we are doing them justice. So what are we doing today, Justin?
We're going to do 2 cocktails today. And they're pretty... I think we're going to be holding our pinkies high while we drink them.
Oh, yeah.
And so Andy is whipping up some drinks because I believe I made the cocktails last time. The White Russian and the Moscow Mule.
That's right.
Yeah, and those are pretty simple. Andy's whipped up a more complex drink this time.
With some herbs and...
Some ditch mint that we'll get into that. So the first one we're going to do is, this is a Huckleberry Mojito. And the Huckleberry comes from Craig's Huckleberries that he made a simple syrup for us.
So it has actual huckleberries in there, and then it's also just, it was like a huckleberry puree, but it also has the actual just berries kind of floating around there, which is really cool. And then put it in a simple syrup. So
cool. So what is in this drink?
So for this drink, what's in there is Huckleberry simple syrup, which we had on hand. Thank you, Craig. 2 ounces of rum per drink. Mint. In this case, ditch mint, and we'll go over that after we kind of sip it. So I'll make you eat it or drink it first. And lime and club soda, if I didn't mention that. And garnish with more ditch mint and a wedge of lime. So go nuts. Do you like the glasses that we have today?
Yeah, so Andy, tell us about these glasses. So this is the first episode we're not drinking out of the smoky glasses that we normally do.
So I went to I'm like, dang it, Justin, we're gonna get some real fancy drinks. And you don't have your pinky out, so I'm a little kind of disappointed.
Pinky up.
So I went to the Thrifty Shopper, which is the equivalent of Salvation Army or Goodwill, depending on your locale. And I found these, and they're plastic martini glasses, and they're kind of translucent and obnoxious orange.
Mm-hmm. They're wide brimmed and orange. It's like a 10-gallon hat only.
Yeah. So I figured that they were appropriate for...
They're great.
Yeah, for this here podcast.
It's very I feel like these would be good for a fiesta.
Yeah, right. They could easily, I say martini glasses loosely. They could easily be margarita glasses. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure the difference. I think margarita glasses are more, and I'm just totally BSing here, but margarita glasses are a little more of a bowl and less angular, I would think.
Well, this is really, really good.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm. Cool. So I tend to like I've said before, vodka mixed drinks and rum mixed drinks. I like those probably the most. So I'm enjoying this. I'm a little worried about the next one, but we'll get into that. Also, Andy has a Pyrex measuring glass full of gummy bears.
So I don't even know. I think we should just have these at the end because I don't want them to ruin the flavor.
You don't want to garnish the...
I don't want to goat cheese
Huckleberry.
this episode.
Yeah. We don't want to goat cheese it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So they're the Haribo ones. These are my favorite ones that give everyone TMJ, but they're so delicious.
Well, I'm going to try one. I'm going
to
goat cheese this. Or ghost cheese this.
This is good, though. I like it. I don't typically make things with dark rum. It's not necessarily something that I usually am inspired to make something with. Or typically, I don't have the ingredients. Because I feel like rum a lot of times is oh, you need pineapple. Mm-hmm. Or something real, not exotic. Well, exotic for, at least in terms of just kind of kicking around the...
And this is I had to pick up the rum. This is a Puerto Rican rum.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
All the cheapest rums, they're all spiced rums. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to get a straight rum. So you have to get nicer rum.
Right.
To get straight rum.
What kind is this? It's got a cork, so that means it's kind of good.
Havana Club Añejo Clásico. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's made with passion and pride in Puerto Rico. So not apathy. It's based on the original recipe created in Cuba. So
does añejo mean old? No, that's viejo.
N with a hat. E-J...
You mean an enye?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
Old classic. Oh,
old
that
classic.
Makes sense.
Old classic.
Old classic. So it was pretty good. So when I was going to buy the rum, there was a rum that was right next to it that was only $1 more that looked like fantastic. The rum bottle itself was in like this, looked like banana leaf mesh casing.
Fresh picked.
And then it was aged 5 years in bourbon barrels, then shipped to France and aged in some, I forget, a different type of French cask. It sounded great, and it was only $1 more. And so I was like, I really want to get that. But I'm thinking, if we're putting it in a mixed drink,
it's a waste.
It's not necessarily a waste, but like I didn't want it to take away from the flavor of what we were tasting. We wanted to have this Huckleberry Mojito. I didn't want a rum, with
too
extra
much
flavors.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, I'll get this straight, just Puerto Rican.
Like if you're trying to like, I don't have a good analogy for that.
Well, like if you're making like a White Russian or a Moscow Mule, you don't want a special flavored vodka because the vodka is not the point really of those drinks.
Right. Yeah,
like
you're not going to have like a cherry vodka or something.
Yeah, you don't want the point of the mojito is the huckleberry simple syrup and the mint. So I just went with this other one, but maybe someday I'll try that other rum. I don't drink a lot of rum straight though.
Do people? I'm sure people do, but
Wayne actually really likes rum.
Just straight rum?
That's what I hear, yes. I want to say he has stories of how rum got him through school or something like that, and he loves a good rum.
So what I just did is so you're supposed to garnish it with a wedge of lime, and I squeezed it out. I'm not sure if you're supposed to squeeze it out, but I would assume if you garnish something, you're supposed to kind of include it at some point into the drink. I'm going to give it a whirl. I'm like, 3/4 done, so.
It's very, very good, actually. And I like that the mint is kind of like complimentary. It's not overpowering. Mm-hmm. Sometimes mint leaves can like take over something.
Now that you're drinking it with the mint, I'll tell you about the mint.
Yeah, the ditch mint.
And it's just plain and simple. So basically my wife, Kathryne, I don't think it's very difficult to identify mint in the woods, but mint is like, it's kind of a weed. I mean, it just grows really, really quickly and can get out of hand sometimes. So, but she found it just in a ditch. She put it in like a small bowl, not a bowl. Yeah. Just like a glass, and then put some water in it. And it's crazy how it started like trying to reroot, like wow. with like, you have plants that you like, and then you try to like root them, and you can just screw it up for days. But like Kellen just put it in like this cup with some water, and the mint's like, hell yeah, boys, let's, it's just like, let's do it. And it's, yeah. Mint just is very hardy. So,
That's
we
cool.
found this in a ditch. Don't worry, I washed it really well. And then, so I just muddled it. So you just muddle it for.
What do you mean by muddle?
So you're not like chopping it. You're just basically trying to bruise like the leaf so that
to get a little bit of the oils.
Yeah, to just release the flavor like just into the drink. So
it's a very well balanced drink.
Yeah,
I think
it is.
You mixed it well.
Thank you. I just followed the directions, which
I know, but we had to do, like we said, a lot of math.
Yeah.
So because I don't have proper like cocktail making, like a shaker and like an ounce measure, we were doing the math of tablespoon, teaspoons, and ounces.
And then the shaker was like 2 glasses.
Yeah.
that I combined, and then
shook.
And then the muddler was a back of a knife. So, it works, like you just have to get.
I feel like as the podcast progresses, my bar kitchenware is going to grow until I have like every possible utensil. Because I have these cool Fiesta fancy cocktail drinks.
Oh, we're going to do, you're going to have like a full wet bar, but it's going to be fully prepared by like Goodwill or Thrifty Shopper.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, welcome to my house. And like, you're going to be wearing like a smoking jacket.
The bar of liquors though will be pretty good.
You're not going to buy like the liquor from Thrifty Shopper. Right?
No. I have such a hard time like justifying buying super cheap liquor. Like this rum. I was like, I kind of want some nice rum. Mm-hmm. Like if everything on my bar was like in plastic containers, I would be like putting it in a cupboard and be embarrassed. You know what I mean?
So you wouldn't invite people over?
No, but I wouldn't have it on display. Like, look at all my liquor. It's like it comes in jugs and it's plastic. I like having something that I could drink straight if I wanted to because it's good on its own. It doesn't have to be hidden in a drink. So you can see in front of me. You see this thing?
Yeah. What is it?
This lanyard I got.
Does it say coffee vodka?
It does. So when I went to pick up the rum, there was like a vendor there or something doing a tasting. I just was going to go check out, and he's like, hey, come over. You want to taste some vodka? So have you ever heard of Death Wish Coffee?
I've heard of it. It's not local, is it?
No,
okay.
It's not local.
Okay.
It's supposedly, they brand it as the strongest coffee in the world.
Okay.
And it's pretty expensive, but I had to try it once. So like your normal bag of coffee here in New York, at least, it's like $9-10. This is $17.99. But it's a little bit more. You get like a pound, whereas the other bags you buy is 12 ounces, I believe.
So it's the strongest in what sense? Does it have...
like the most caffeine, I would say.
Okay.
I don't know. So I had to try it. And I tried it and I was like, it was good. Like it was good coffee. But to me, it didn't taste like that much different.
Didn't justify like $17 versus...
But then when I went back after drinking that pound, went back to other coffee, I could taste the difference. Like it seemed much weaker.
I guess my problem is when I want coffee, I go for light roasts. And I'm not sure if Death Wish has like light roast, but like they kind of have like this, they're like tapping into like the Monster Energy drink crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, and there's only like one, at least in our stores,
there's
they
like
only
one
have
flavor.
One. It's just like the Death Wish coffee. It's dark and it's strong. And I like that. And so
you like dark and strong?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So
let's see if we can find you a potential snack pack mate.
Yeah, if you're out there, let me make you some fondue.
Yeah. No, he's my man. I thought our date went well, Justin. What the hell, man?
So anyways, back to the story of the lanyard. So last time I was in the liquor store, I saw that there was a Death Wish coffee vodka.
Okay.
So they make like a coffee vodka, that Death Wish company. And I was like, oh, that's interesting because I really liked that coffee. I wonder what that tastes like. Anyways, when I went to get the rum, that vendor was there and he was doing samples of Death Wish coffee vodka. And so he's like, oh, you want to have a try? I'm like, sure. And he's like, do you want it straight or do you want it in a White Russian form? I'm like, let's do the White Russian form.
Why didn't you say both? I bet you could have done both.
I probably could have. There was no one in the liquor store at the time.
Right.
And so
you're like, you gotta have a quota, don't you?
It's funny because all he had to do was add cream to it because it's already. I mean, we did the White Russian episode. It's vodka and coffee liqueur.
Right.
So the coffee vodka only required him to add cream, and he had like a special cream, and I think it was like a
half gallon,
like a hazelnut like cream.
Oh, okay.
He had like a more fancy.
He was he was pumping it up, right? He's got to
so
sell.
So he just added a little like dab in. He like already had them made underneath the counter. Like he's like, you want a straight or White Russian? And I'm like, I'll have the White Russian version. And he just like reaches under and then pulls out an already made one.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Like it was a good White Russian. And for just being able to add cream, that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
I mean,
if you're into White Russians and if you want like the liqueur and like the coffee to be high quality, because I mean, we don't know what the.
I probably should have had it straight though, just to see like what itself like tasted like, because otherwise it was just like, oh, that's a pretty good White Russian. But anyways, I was like, that's cool. I was walking away and I'm like, it's cool because I really do like the Death Wish coffee. And he's like, oh, you do? Here, take a lanyard. I'm like, oh, thanks. That's what sold it on it.
So he had like 5 lanyards, right? And then he was like, well, he's one of them for the day.
There wasn't that many on the table. And it wasn't me trying it. They got on the lanyard.
Did he put it on you?
No, he didn't put it on.
It
wasn't like a Star Wars moment.
Or like the Olympics.
Yeah.
And he like whispered
stand up on this podium and let me hang it around your neck.
He like leaned in. He was like, "You're my special boy."
He must have known that from that moment I might have been a good salesperson for him. To spread out.
He's like, you're officially on the street team now.
You know, it worked though because I am talking about it on a podcast because he gave me the lanyard. So
okay.
But yeah, this drink is good. It's
not overly.
What do you do
sweet.
with these dregs?
I'm just gonna throw them out.
Like eat the mint.
Oh, the mint.
Like there's a whole like clump of like.
I'm not going to do anything with them. So I don't know if I've said this. Have I said this before? Like this summer is the summer of herbaceous cocktails. But I'm trying to make like I'm not that good at doing like a vegetable garden. We just don't have the time. So we're doing like potted planters and we're just growing a bunch of herbs. Legal. Yeah. Legal herbs. But like, what we can do like at night, put the kids down, get a show going or get it booted up. And then I can just like pick fresh herbs or like kind of get all the, like make a simple syrup, like, and then make like a couple days worth and then just be able to like just whip something together. That's kind of a nice drink, you know? Like this actually didn't take that long to make.
No, it didn't
if you have all the ingredients, it's like muddle, add stuff, shake it together. That's it.
It would have been a lot easier if I had a shaker.
That's fine.
Because a lot of shakers have, if you get a good shaker,
it's got a strainer.
They have a strainer and they have measurements on it. So it's easy to just,
it's like what?
It's just, and then you can shake it up.
Can you edit that in like 5 more times?
Sure, I'll do it, yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it. So I'm trying to finish this drink, so I'm drinking like the very bottom of it. So I'm tipping it up, and because the mouth of the glass is so big, it's hitting like my hairline at the top of my forehead. See?
Oh. Yeah, it is. It's pretty up there.
It's like,
you look like an astronaut.
yeah.
I hope I clean these glasses.
I
mean, I did use soap and stuff, but...
Okay, good. I
like
was going to say, wait, you bought it from the thrift store and we were just drinking out of it?
Yeah, didn't even rinse anything.
What do you think was last drank in these thrift store?
Jug of wine.
Jug of wine?
I think so. What do you think?
I don't know. Tito's and Cran. Eating these gummies. You know what I think? I think the drink was so good, it lessened the value of the gummy.
It cheapened the gummies?
Mm-hmm. Like, I took a sip of drink, took a chew of a gum, and...
got a nip of the gum.
Got a nip of the gum, and it wasn't quite as good.
Sorry, Jack. Jack's our known UK listener.
Yeah. I wonder what they call gummies in the UK.
Something weird. You know what I mean? Like, even in, like, Canada, they call stuff like... Okay, so Kraft macaroni and cheese, you know what they call it up there?
What?
KD. Like
KD?
Kraft Dinner.
Kraft Dinner?
Like, hey, yeah, you gonna have some KD? Like, that's what it sounds like.
I had Kraft mac and cheese yesterday for lunch.
Yeah, but you called it Kraft mac and cheese, not KD.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I just said mac and cheese.
Oh, okay, that's even better. You're not...
And I put some buffalo wing sauce in it.
That actually sounds really good.
It was really good.
Well, do you want to take a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break, and we're going to get into...
the next drink.
Let's take a quick break, and we're going to get into the next drink, which we haven't revealed yet. We will in a few minutes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. That's like the Sports Center. I
okay.
think.
Dun, dun, dun. No, that was too slow.
Dun.
No, I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's the one we're going to use. All right, we'll be back.
And we're back. Okay, so Andy's made a drink. I'm a little worried just because...
Oh, don't be.
I'm a little worried.
We don't know what those accents were. I mean, I know what your accent was kind of going for, but anyway.
Anyways. Yeah, so what is this, Andy?
This is a Rosemary Gimlet. Okay, so here's what I did. I got to Justin's place. I took some rosemary, obviously. I chopped it up kind of coarsely and then made a simple syrup with it. So added equal parts sugar and water, brought it up to simmer, and then let it cool down to room temperature. And then just let it sit. It
smelled good. Like, my kitchen was like,
Sugary, savory rosemary kind of sort of thing going on. The umami, if you will. And so then what else is in there? It's lime juice, 3/4 ounce per drink. And then gin, of course. So we got some Bombay Sapphire in there. So
the gin is why I'm a little worried. Because I've never really liked gin drinks.
What don't you like about gin?
I really haven't had that many gin drinks. What are some like classic gin drinks? It's a...
Gin and tonic.
I think I've had a gin and tonic and I didn't really like it. What's in a real mojito?
Rum.
Is it rum?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought mojitos were clear.
It's a white rum.
Oh, it's white rum. That's why. There's another classic gin drink though, I think.
Martini?
Martini. Yeah, I don't like martinis.
Oh, you don't like martinis at all?
At least the ones that I've had.
What'd you have in the martini? Are you like a...
I think I've like sipped someone else's martini to see if I wanted it, and then I was like, nah. So then,
yucky face.
Yeah. So like maybe I haven't really sit down and like tasted it.
Do you like green olives?
Like maybe mixed into like a salad or something, but I'm not like popping a green olive.
Do you like olives at all? Like olive juice or pickle juice or...
Pickle juice, but that's different than olive juice.
I mean, they're both kind of like salty and vegetable-y. So if you get like a martini, and if you don't necessarily love the flavor of gin, but if you get like a dirty martini, you know, it's a little more olivey, you know, green olivey. So it kind of, but I mean, that's a dry and kind of savory and salty, you know, drink. This is obviously going to be way different. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, you obviously like gin because one of your favorite drinks is a gin and tonic. Yeah. So what is gin made out of? The main flavor, the one that hits you, like the pine tree smelling flavor, is juniper berries. So yeah, it smells like a pine tree, right? It's distilled though, correct? It's not like distilled with juniper berries as like being the main, you know, sugar. Like they're not fermenting juniper berries. So like whiskey's made with like corn or rye. Yeah. So this is made with juniper berries, like that much? No. It's just more like the flavoring. I'm not sure what like the base sugar or like fermentation, you know, thing is, but it's definitely made with juniper berries. But the main flavor that you're tasting in gin is a juniper berry. Yeah. It should be juniper berry. Yeah. Well, let's try this thing. Yeah, you first, man. So my first question actually is, why is it not called a ginlet? Like, why is it? What's gimlet? I don't know. Because I think wouldn't it be make sense as a ginlet? What'd you say? You're like, won't that be? Won't that be a ginlet? Won't that be a gimlet? It smells good. So the lime and the rosemary hit you when you tip it up to smell. Is it overly ginny? Andy keeps saying Ginny. Every time he says it, I keep telling him that I know someone named Ginny. And she listens to the pod, right? No, her son does.
Hey, Jenny. It's Andy. It's Andy, one of the hosts for Snackdown. Just saying hi. $5 shout outs. Can I just do a $5 shout out real quick?
Sure.
Chris, Thomas, Travis, Dutch, Landon, Gev.
If those are your names, you owe us $5 each.
Or by volume, like 2 cups of gummy bears. So
I'm trying it.
What are your thoughts?
Very good.
Really?
Yeah.
And before you go
it's
any further,
citrusy.
Yeah, I mean, I put a ton of lime juice in there. So a gimlet, it's typically made of 2 parts gin and 1 part lime juice. So that's what makes a gimlet, and that's what we did.
But why isn't it just called a ginlet?
A ginlet doesn't really roll off the tongue. You know what I mean? The old ginlet. You got to understand that people have already like had some alcohol when they're like calling for like another gimlet. They're not going to be like,
the gin
excuse me, could I have a ginlet?
That's like, too hard to pronunciate.
Yeah.
When you've had a couple. Gimlet.
Yeah. We'll make it a triple if you're still calling it a ginlet. So, this is good.
It is very good.
I haven't sipped it yet. I've been just yapping. So, I mean, I think gin goes really well. I mean, what's the overpowering herb? It's
lime.
Not herb.
Just overpowering is lime.
You were so ready to answer that question. I mean, but like the rosemary is like way more. I think the gin's like a good bridge between the rosemary and lime. Like right?
The rosemary hits me on the nose, but I'm not tasting a lot of rosemary in it.
I don't know what rosemary tastes like. I just kind of know it as
so that time I kind of switched it around instead of just like go glug. And there I could like definitely taste the rosemary. And I could taste it on like my breath, kind of.
This is a good summer drink, right? Wouldn't you like order this?
Oh yeah.
It'd have to be like super cold because it is kind of on the syrupy side just because there's so much sugar from the lime and obviously the simple syrup. But if you're drinking this like cold, like I could drink this for a while.
This is good. I definitely like an outdoor seating, you know?
Oh yeah.
In the sun.
Yeah.
I could definitely drink this.
Like a really hot day. I couldn't do this on a hot day.
No?
This would probably be like, I would probably max out with this.
It's a nice, cool, refreshing drink though.
Yeah, but it's still like very sweet.
So from doing this podcast, Andy, I've learned that your drink preferences tie very strictly to weather.
Yeah.
Because every drink we've had, you're like, I don't know if I'd drink this at this season or this season or...
Very, very particular.
Like when I ask you, like, do you like it? You usually refer to like, I could drink this in like a fall afternoon.
I'm just like the old man. I'm like, hey, how's the weather out there? I mean, that's like really what I am. Yeah.
But that's interesting because I don't think weather at all when I'm thinking drinks. Other than like a hot cup of coffee on like a hot summer day, you know, like that's the only relation.
As like a non-pairing?
Yeah.
So you think of non-pairings?
Yeah.
I think of like good pairings, you know?
But I don't think of a lot of non-pairings in like flavor and things. Like I could drink this all year long.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. The only thing that I don't drink is like a hot drink on a hot day just makes me feel uncomfortable body-wise.
Although there's some cultures...
You were like tying it all into flavor and like refreshment and like seasonal feels.
Does that make me like sensitive?
No.
Or a snob?
I just don't think of that. But then when I'm like, what do you think about this drink? You're like, I'm not going to drink it on a summer afternoon, more like a fall evening.
Okay. You know, if it was like a hot day and I didn't have anything to drink other than like water and someone's like, hey, I got some dry red wine. You want some? And I'm like, it wouldn't be my first choice, but like, sling it to me. You know what I mean? I'd have it.
Yeah, I do agree that
garbage beer, you know?
There are days... I guess more I refer to them as like refreshing. Like, so there are times when you're hot and sweaty and like a cold beer is like so much better than it would be on just like another day. And there are more like refreshing drinks. But I guess in like the opposite end of it, like in winter and all that, I don't really refer...
You want a warming drink, right?
Yeah, but
wouldn't you?
But
like a hearty drink?
I mean, I think of in summertime refreshing drinks, but that's as far as my like ties to weather go.
I wonder if we did like, if we cut the lime a little bit and then maybe added something else that was more kind of winter oriented. Like, cause the juniper's there, you know what I mean? The rosemary's there. And I kind of think of like, you know, certainly obviously juniper kind of reminds me of like Christmas trees.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you could make this into like a really like genuine like winter drink.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's not just you. Yeah. Because I mean, that's why companies put out seasonal drinks, because like there's like a time for it. You know, like fall comes and it's like pumpkin spice, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. You're not like chugging like a pumpkin spice in like early summer, like mowing the lawn.
And then like summer comes around, you're not drinking eggnog in like August. So we were talking 2 weeks ago with Katie about pairing wine with meals. So you also pair drinks with weather. So if you had your druthers, is that the term?
What are the druthers? No, I don't know what that is. What is that?
Isn't that like if you could have it your way? Isn't that a term?
Oh, I don't know.
If you could have your druthers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of a song that
Like if
has
you
druther in it.
could have it your way.
Yeah.
And you could pair a drink with the weather and the meal. You think that would be like the ultimate?
Yeah, I think so. So let's name our like ideal trifecta.
So like what's your favorite drink? Is it gin and tonic your favorite?
I would say I have a favorite weather way over a favorite drink. So I wouldn't even go like favorite drink order. I'd go favorite weather.
Okay.
Favorite weather? Summertime.
Yeah. Same.
Right? Okay, good. Like good 85 would be fantastic. So favorite food in the summer for me would be a seafood boil, right? We've talked about this a little bit.
I don't know. We've talked about seafood a little bit.
So seafood boil being like you get this big pot boiling and then you've got spices and salt and whatever else. And then you're adding the ingredients kind of in the time it takes for them to get boiled. Mm-hmm. So you're adding like the potatoes first and then you're adding the corn and then like shrimp towards the end. And so you're basically making it so that everything at the end, in terms of the time, is going to be lined up and done at the same time. So that's my ideal. That's like a seafood boil was just fantastic. So I love that.
So seafood boil in summer.
In summer.
What drink? I
mean, my like go-to for seafood, just because I'm like more focused on like the food, my go-to is probably just like a light beer, honestly. If I'm down in Maryland or whatever and we're just like picking crabs, I'm not going to be taking the time to make this Rosemary Gimlet, even though didn't take that much time. Mm-hmm. And really, I'm not prepping the crab at all. But when I'm doing a seafood boil, like I really don't have time to make something even as simple as a Rosemary Gimlet. So I just, it's like a light beer. But I guess in an ideal situation, it would be something like, maybe a gin and tonic or something like light or like something with like thyme.
So let me ask you this in a reverse question. So you like gin and tonics?
It's your turn.
Favorite time is summer.
Favorite summer is time.
Favorite meal? I don't know. Like favorite meal in the summer, you're saying?
Yeah.
What would be my ultimate summer meal?
Like funnel it down.
I don't know. I think like a good summer meal is like something on the grill, like a burger or something like that.
Good. Yeah. That's a valid answer. It doesn't have to be like crazy or anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not cooking. You don't want to cook. You're not baking anything in the summer. You don't want to do that.
No, you don't want to be in the kitchen.
It's so hot.
Yeah.
I'm not cooking.
Although I got to say, a nice seafood boil goes really well with some fresh biscuits. And that is my exception, like for like baking in the summertime.
Yeah. Like some shish kebab on the grill is good too.
Oh, yeah.
Some Speedies. If anyone lives in New York and they know what Speedies are.
And if you don't, then let us know. Because we will put you in the right direction. And I guarantee like a Speedy recipe is on the internet or there's a bottle of Speedy on Amazon.
And they are so good.
Yeah, they're very good. So pick one. Pick burgers or Speedy or something else.
I do a burger. Let's just say a burger. Burger on a summer evening.
So summer, burger. What's your drink?
I guess if I'm drinking a burger, I'd probably go with a beer. So I'd probably go with an IPA.
Did you just say you're drinking a burger?
Did I say that?
You did.
Well, there you go. Summer, and I want to drink a burger. And that's my.
Because like you just had jaw surgery or something.
If I'm eating a burger, I'd probably have like an IPA or something like that.
That's good. I could get down with that.
Yeah. So here's my other question then. So you like a gin and tonic?
Yeah.
What's your favorite season to have a gin and tonic?
Summer, easily.
Summer. So do you drink gin and tonics in the winter?
I will, but not with as high of frequency.
What would be your winter? What would you switch to in the winter months?
Bourbon neat.
Just like a straight whiskey?
Yeah, just like sipping on it, yeah.
Yeah. Makes you feel a little bit warm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So if it's like just me and Kaylin or whatever, and we're just like winding down for the night, I'll definitely have like bourbon. If it's like me and like a bunch of people, I'm probably not going to be sipping on bourbon because I'm just like a nervous sipper. Yeah. So I'll probably like be like drinking more than I'm like conscious of. We've had this conversation before, like, because you're like you're the whiskey guy at like weddings, and I'm like, I couldn't do that because I would just like forget and be like, hey, this is really great, and like just like forget that I'm like just sipping up on whiskey. So
see, this is interesting. I think I tie drinks more to, instead of season, just time of day.
So you have malt liquor in the morning.
I'll brush my teeth and wash it down with some bourbon.
That's a Kesha song. Can we play a clip of that? Probably not.
Probably not. We don't have that much money yet, unless Kesha wants to sponsor it. No.
Yeah. But even if she personally wanted to sponsor, it'd have to be coming from
whatever her label is.
Big record systems. Yeah.
She probably doesn't even own her own music.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
Definitely not. So, so the afternoon, a good beer, But like once it hits like evening, I could have a wine or a cocktail maybe. Nighttime, I'll have like a nice bourbon or a scotch. But like
it's kind of like a wind down.
Yeah, kind of like a wind down, and I think like the alcohol content goes up as the evening goes on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll have like a beer in the afternoon, I might have a wine in the evening, and then I'll have a stronger drink in the afternoon.
What do you think that is?
And then like cocktails like start sweeter in the afternoon and then kind of go the opposite direction. Drier and drier towards the evening.
What's a drier cocktail that you like?
I guess I could just drink sweet cocktails all day.
Yeah, because so the cocktails that I know you like are Moscow Mule and a White Russian.
Yeah, and those I think you could drink.
Those are your staples.
I would say...
But they're both sweet.
But I would take those, and I would say the Moscow Mule is more of like a citrusy drink that I would drink during the day, and a White Russian I would drink in the evening.
It's just like smoother.
Yeah.
But they kind of have the same alcohol content.
Yeah. I think the White Russian's a little bit stronger.
Do you have like a dry cocktail that you like?
I'm not like too wide in my cocktail. Andy's drinking with his pinky up in the air like a unicorn.
Just trying to throw you off there, buddy.
Like I'm not too broad in my cocktail tasting, I think. I mean, sometimes I'll go to like...
In your cocktailery?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll go to a restaurant and I'll look at their cocktails and it'll be like triple rum bomb. And I'm like, oh, I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
If it says like one drink per customer, I'm like, I'm down to try whatever that is.
What do you mean one drink? Oh, have you been to a place that says one drink per
TGI Fridays had this like triple rum bomb that was like...
How much was it?
It had a limit. And I was like, if it's got a limit on it, I gotta try it just because I want to know what this is. It had like 3 different kinds of rum.
They were like, and you have to sign a waiver.
But like, as in like standard drinks, like that everyone knows, like martinis, gin and tonics. Like, I haven't tried too many, but I think by the end of this pod, I'll be well versed. But this is good. I'm enjoying this drink.
So you were nervous, right?
Yeah, because like I said, I've had like a martini, or at least I've tasted a martini, and when it's more gin forward. Like when you're taking gin and you're just adding like a dash of something to it, I haven't really liked it.
Well, it's like you had, for a martini, I don't know if there was any olives in it, but you had gin and then you had vermouth, and vermouth is like super, super, super dry.
Maybe it's vermouth that I don't like and not gin.
It could be it. Some people have a martini, I forget like the verbiage. It's like something like so silly, but it's like very light on the vermouth. Mm-hmm. And then there's like some people that will even like jokingly say like, oh yeah, like almost like no vermouth, or some sort of like witty thing that people make up when they're sitting in a bar too long. But when they're making it, they basically make gin and ice, and then they open the bottle of vermouth, and then they close the bottle of vermouth, and like that's how little is in there. It's because there's nothing in there. So people are having just like straight gin in a martini, and like that's their martini. So I mean, I know a lot of people that actually don't even like gin martinis; they like vodka martinis. You want to try? You want to try a little bit of gin? Have you ever had any straight gin?
Yeah, let's just give me some straight gin so I know what it tastes like. Because I think it might be vermouth that I don't like. And I've heard that people are like, you don't want to drink straight vermouth. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Vermouth kind of tastes like, it's like so dry. Kind of reminds me of like sake. Because it's like just so dry.
But who would like take the time to and spend the money to make vermouth for people that like hate it and like hide it in a drink? You know what I mean?
I don't think people hate it.
Is there anyone passionate about... But is there anyone passionate about making vermouth?
Actually, so comment if you are a passionate vermouther.
Yeah.
Or is it vermouther at that point? I'm not sure. Well, we'll be right back. We're gonna
pour ourselves a little bit of gin.
A tiny bit of gin.
And I want to pour myself... Actually, I'm going to pour myself a tiny bit of rum also.
I thought you were going to say water.
No, because I want to taste the straight rum, because I don't drink a lot of straight rum. This is kind of a nicer Puerto Rican rum.
Yeah.
I'm talking like we're just doing a little taster.
We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about what you're doing.
Break. Wow.
And no advertisement?
Unless...
It'll just be... No.
Death Wish coffee.
No. Yeah, Death Wish is not going to come through. Let's just, on this next advertisement, let's just have like either you or me just humming for a little bit. Can we do that?
Yeah, sure.
We'll be right back, and we're going to have just a tiny bit of gin, and Justin's going to see what he likes about it.
Be right back.
Be right back, y'all.
That's a good sound. Rum. Okay, so we're going to do the gin. We're just going to taste a straight gin, just so I kind of know what it tastes like. It kind of smells like, I don't know, the drink we just had.
Really? You're not that oppressed by it?
It smells pretty good. It smells very like herbal, I guess. It smells like old world medicine.
Nice. It's not like super vegetal though, right? It doesn't have like that real like nasty like vegetation kind of taste to it?
It's not unpleasant.
Nice.
I don't think I would drink it straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't sit there and drink gin, I think. But like it's got its own flavor. It's got a very like like florally, to quote Andy, herbaceous kind of flavor.
God, I gotta look up. That's a real word.
Yeah, it's like it's got a herbal, earthy, floral kind of vibe to it. Oh man, I'm just pouring rum all over my hand. That was not the empty shot glass I was playing with.
So it's different. I mean,
I'm rubbing it in my hands like it's moisturizer, but it's rum.
Yeah, I mean, it's different than what you've kind of been used to in terms of like if you're just getting to know an alcohol. I mean, like you're typically with like whiskey or something else that has been like aged.
My concepts of liquor are not very broad, and I'm hoping to broaden them through this podcast. But like, I drink a lot of straight whiskey, or I'm drinking like something that I understand, like that I like. You know, I'm not gonna go out to a bar and then just order up
random.
And because there's so many cocktails, like there's hundreds of the cocktails.
No.
There are.
There's tens of thousands of cocktails.
Oh, that's what I mean. I thought you were saying there's less. I was going to say no. Yeah,
you're like, there's tens of cocktails.
So like, you can't just like make them up in your head. You're like, you can't go to the bar and like, I'm going to try this. You know what I mean? So like, I kind of know a few, and I'll drink those. And then what the other ones I expand and try are just kind of like Fruity Island type drinks. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, I'm not well versed in like gin, vermouth, like those types of drinks. Like a lot of the drinks that I drink, like I said, have a vodka or rum base to it.
Because they're like kind of a fruity cocktail, like something on like a
like a pina colada vibe or something like that. Yeah. You know.
So I associate.
We should have a pina colada. They're so good.
I mean, yeah, we should. Do you have a blender?
No.
Because what I'm going to get at Thrifty Shopper next time. Right?
Wouldn't that be funny if we had a Patreon site? But instead of giving money, you had to give me like kitchen appliances.
It just becomes like a registry.
Yeah, it's like a registry. You know, like,
wow, that's pretty cool.
A bonus episode if you send me a blender or like a mixing.
But it's all got to be like shipped from like Goodwills and Salvation.
All right, I'm going to try this straight rum. Havana Club
Nice.
Puerto Rican rum. Mm-hmm. Añejo Clásico.
Nope.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
I could drink that straight, I think.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You should try it.
Nah. So, cool. What do you think, man? Is it pretty good?
I think it's pretty good.
I mean, you have a ton of simple syrup that's like at your disposal. It's good for about 2 weeks, typically.
That's good.
Other than, I mean, Craig like canned it, so it was, obviously good for a lot longer.
Yeah, so thanks, Craig.
Thank you so much.
For influencing 2 episodes now.
Really? Yeah. Just going for the rum again, huh?
All right, that's the end of the rum. Well, so that was good.
Yeah.
So we had a Huckleberry Mojito and a Rosemary Gimlet, or a Ginlet, if you're fancy.
And then when you have a gimlet, or when you have a ginlet, it turns into a gimlet when you ask for the next one. Gimlet. Sorry. Anyway, so we had those. We'll post recipes. Well, just like the ones that we used.
Yeah.
The ratios.
We'll post those.
We'll post them up on socials.
So, thanks for listening today. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And you can find this episode and others like it on iTunes and Spotify and wherever else you get your podcasts.
And comment. You know what I mean? I want to hear what you guys think.
DM us, PM us.
LM us. Leave a message, right? LM.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's LUM. Leave us.
Leave us.
Message.
No, that's LUM. That's LUM. LUM us.
Yeah.
I mean, really
PM
just like...
us, DM us, LUM us.
Yeah, get at us.
But yeah, and you can also find us on our website at www.snackdownpod.
It's 3 W's. He messed it up. It's 3 W's.
Did I say www dot?
Yeah.
You can find us on our website, www dot.
You did it again.
I did?
Yes.
You can find us on our website, www dot.
Oh my gosh. Was that too much?
W cubed.
Yeah.
No, that's 4.
W times 3, assuming that W is not
What is 3? 2 is squared. 4 is cubed.
You can find us at www.snackdown.pod.com. Nope. That's not it. You can find us at www.snackdownpod.com.
There you go.
It's a pretty cool site. I'm pretty much managing it now, and
it's basically just our podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
someday
really just find it
I think
wherever
we'll
you want.
have a nice website.
What are you saying?
Like a designed website.
Yeah,
but if you don't want to go to our website, just find us on iTunes, Spotify. Make sure you subscribe because we don't want you to forget.
Yeah, can I just read off, say where we were at?
Yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, CastBox, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. I mean, that's most of them.
That's
right?
a lot of them, yeah.
FM, Last FM.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty a broad swath of places.
It took a little bit, but we're there.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening, and
Snick, snack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
Snick, snack.
All right, let's do one more.
Happy Snacker Day.
We locked eyes on that, so I hope you guys appreciate that.
Locked eyes, pinkies raised.
Oh, yeah. Pinky's locked.
Pinkies locked, eyes locked.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
Yeah, well, you will be back next week.
And we love you.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Herbaceous.
Herbaceous.
All right, from now on, we're going herbaceous.
Herbaceous. So the gin is herbaceous.
Herbaceous.